All right, so she is wondering, she emailed us, and she's thinking about going to see this guy that she's been, quote-unquote, dating online for months, and her parents are pretty sketched out about it. So let's see if we can get some of you guys to give her some advice here. 1-855-BERT-SHOW. Hey, Bert Show. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. You don't hear that word a lot. And would like your thoughts. I'm an avid gamer and have been for many years. It's not uncommon to make quote-unquote friends on the platform, and I've made several over the years. One specifically has become more than a friend in recent months. I think this is a pretty common story now, right, Cassie? You're a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So this happens quite a bit, where you start hanging out with people you don't even know online, and before you know it, you have a connection, and you take it offline, yeah?
Yeah, your friend group's online, and then sometimes they stay online, and sometimes if you're lucky and you're near enough, you'll meet up in person.
We've expanded our communication to texting and the occasional FaceTime. Ooh, isn't that like third base now?
FaceTime.
And our calls have gotten... spicy a couple of times. I'm 20, and as far as I know, he is in his early 20s as well. I mean, I haven't asked for an ID, but he looks 20 to me. We're finally taking the leap and meeting in person. 3 exclamation points. I'm so excited. 2 exclamation points. It's a big deal because I'm in Iowa. He's in Utah. So it's not just a drive down the road. I've already bought my plane ticket, but I haven't told a lot of my friends and family because I know they would be so skeptical. Anytime I talk about this, about my internet friends, they all get kind of weird. I have told my mom, and she's very discouraging of this trip and would like him to come to meet me first. I try to tell him I've been Benji for several years now, and just because we haven't met in person doesn't mean I don't know he is a great guy. Oh, she says she's known Benji. I'm sorry. Honestly, I think I love him.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Do you think I'm crazy for going to see him? Thank you, Layla.
As the girl who just got into somebody's vehicle because he had floppy brown hair and looked like he was above 6 feet, I'm going to say that this is a bad idea. And that's a lot coming from me. I think it's one thing to have a virtual relationship, but it's another thing when someone, and this is just my opinion, it feels like you're being lured into what could be a trap, especially as a woman. I think it's just completely different. I think I might feel a little bit differently if you were a guy. I just think women are more vulnerable to these kinds of crimes, and I think you're putting yourself in a really dangerous position.
I think you go, but you don't stay with him. Like, you're 20, you've FaceTimed, so you've seen this person, right? So I think you go, but you be overly cautious. You don't stay with the person, and you stay somewhere in a hotel, you meet in only public places. Like, you don't go back to his place, and you just be smart about it the first meeting. As long as you're smart about it, I think it can be a successful meetup, and you can really figure out if this person is legit.
As a parent, I don't like this. I just don't like it at all. I'm nervous for her. I would want to know where she is at all times. I mean, I know she's 20 years old. I mean, she's an adult. She's got to do what she's got to do, but I would really hate this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you got to tell everybody and share your location. This is not, if you're going to do this trip, it's not one you do under the radar. It's one you do above board. But it's been several years, and that's the hang up for me. Like, I have an internet friend that I met on MySpace like 15 years ago, and he was in the Navy stationed off the coast of California, and I was doing an internship in London at the time, and we became pen pals. This is when we had to go to like a computer lab to get internet access, and now we live 40 minutes away from each other. We've still never met in person, but like we talked about it a couple times now. The difference is it was purely platonic, and there was never any like dating angle. But my point is, you can be friends with someone you've met online for several years. Is a long time to keep up a con.
Most are calling in saying go for it. Hey, Cinta, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Great. Thank you. What you got here?
So I dated someone a while ago. He turned out to be a lot older than he said he was. My opinion is she shouldn't do it because, they are a lot of sex trafficking out there, and you never know, you may be one of those traps.
I think you got to have a bunch of safety nets built in here. And, there is, at least for me, there is always this balancing question. Like, my kid is an adult now. It's 20. If this was happening to Hayden, it would be 21. Look, they're going to make their own decisions, So, but they're always going to be your kid.
Yeah.
So do you let them make these mistakes? But in a case like this, a mistake could be really, really tragic.
I'm with Mom on this one. I think this is a trip that he has to make first. I don't know why, but I just feel like being an older brother with two younger sisters, there's been a lot of times as a family we've had to talk my sisters off of doing stuff like this, and it just never seems to go well. I think that once he comes and you've met him in a safer environment, then I think you feel more comfortable with going to see him.
What's up, Cass?
So I can give advice, but if this was my daughter, I'm 100% like stealth following her, and I'm going to be in the same city. Yeah, she's going to have a tracking tag and not know.
Hey, Lee, good morning.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
So I guess I have the unpopular opinion, but I met my fiance in 2020, and I was living in Portland, Oregon, and he is in Georgia. And after, I think 2 months of us talking online, we met on Facebook. He flew out to Portland and, got an Airbnb. And so we stayed separately, but obviously it worked out. I'm getting married in May.
Hey, congratulations for you. How old were you when you did this?
I'm 36 now, so 32.
I do think that changes things.
A little bit.
Yeah, 32 and 20 changes things, right?
Right, but I also had, I share my location with my best friend. My parents knew where I was, so... but yeah, I honestly don't even accept friend requests from people I don't know on Facebook, but something was just different about him. He was an artist. He was cute. And, I moved to Georgia in, October of 2021.
Well, congratulations. It worked out for you. And you're still alive to tell the story, which is good.
Obviously, yeah.
The Bert Show.